I'm afraid that the general tenor of conversation in this country is cover it up, bury it, put it to the outskirts, and don't deal with it.
Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Got a good video for you today. Got Jon Stewart on with Steven Colbert. They're talking about anti-Semitism. And Steven Colbert is going to do the best job he can of making sure that everybody knows that if you even talk about Judaism, that it's pretty much anti-Semitism. And Jon Stewart is going to do the rational thing that Jon Stewart does and make the argument that why can't we talk about things and why can't we question some things, and why, in my case, why can't we question how it is that Judaism is protected against being publicly questioned for anything, but Christianity is constantly attacked when Christianity and Judaism are brothers. They are basically the same thing. Jesus was a Jew. And so Christianity is based from Judaism and then turned into Christianity. And so we can criticize Christians, but not Jews in any way. But what I am saying is we criticize the hell out of Christians, and that's perfectly fine. But if anybody says a word about Jews, that's automatically anti-Semitism. So let's roll into it.
It was just the words, the Jews, trending on Twitter. I knew that if I checked it, it wasn't going to be like, the Jews bought everyone ice cream. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be...
Yes. The Jews, ABC's new hit sitcom.
That's right.
So when you read an article that says anything about Christianity, doesn't it pretty much do the same exact thing? You don't expect it to say Christians bought everybody ice cream, Christians, the hot new sitcom, just like you just said. So when we're calling something anti-Semitic, by doing it to Christians, it's the same attack on religion.
You see Dave on SNL, and I'm like, yes, we're very good friends. I always watch and send nice texts. He normalized anti-Semitism with the monologue. And I'm like, I don't know if you've been on comment sections on most news articles, but it's pretty normal.
What's considered anti-Semitism by even talking about Judaism, but yet Christianity can be attacked all day long, and no one publicly on national television defends it the way that you are Judaism right now.
I don't believe that censorship and penalties are the way to end anti-Semitism or to not gain understanding. I don't believe in that.
In Japan, for instance, they censor any real information about World War II. I wonder why that is. And so when people censor information, it ends up distorting the historical record of what has actually happened to human beings. And in some cases, what we have done to ourselves. And so if we don't remember our past, then we're doomed to repeat it, except we like to delete it.
Penalizing somebody for having a thought, I don't think is the way to change their minds or gain understanding.
Even if you force people to believe what you believe, it doesn't make it true.
We're going to put you in a timeout. You have to sit in the corner and stare at the wall until you no longer believe that the Jews control the international banking system.
Isn't this exactly what we do with Christians, though? Is that we publicly criticize Christianity and say that you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you believe in Jesus and that's weird, you guys are weirdos, everything that Christians believe in is wrong, but yet it's based in faith. And Jews are being protected from that same public ridicule because of their belief in a God.
If people perceive anti-Semitism in someone's in
Well,
into what Kyrie Irving posts,
Right.
or what Kanye says, or what Dave said on Saturday night, what do you think a good response
Well, first of all,
would be?
I think just reflexively naming things anti-Semitism is as reductive as some of the things that they might be saying. It immediately shuts down a conversation.
Automatically talking about it is anti-Semitism. automatically perceived. It's a perception of anti-Semitism. So automatically it's anti-Semitism. Now, granted, some of the things that those guys said was anti-Semitic. Don't get me wrong.
I would say that people said that they perceived a promulgation of, even if with a comedic intention, a promulgation of anti-Semitic tropes.
We have our own tropes, like a white person's success is because of privilege. A minority's success is empowerment. A Jew's success, that's a conspiracy.
More proving the point that it's just about what people think is being said. So automatically there's going to be a lot of people who look at this video and think I'm being anti-Semitic by even comparing Christianity and Judaism to each other, when the real reality is they basically are each other.
We play with tropes because everyone has prejudice in their lives and in the way that they view things. And comics rely on those prejudices as a shorthand for our material. Even the wokest of comics plays with tropes to a certain extent.
You're seeing that there's an oversensitivity to one side of things, and so it looks like a conspiracy when people are protecting one group, but yet every other group can be criticized for their same belief. It's kind of hypocritical, and no one wants to see that.
And whether it be comedy or discussion or anything else, if we don't have the wherewithal to meet each other with what's reality, then how do we move forward?
And the reality is that some groups in America are protected and other groups are not. And unless we treat everybody equally, we'll never actually have equality, because any criticism or conversation about Judaism apparently now sounds like a stinging wound that will be opened up, as opposed to, again, the constant criticism of Christianity not being a wound.
Then we retreat to our little corners of misinformation and it metastasizes. And the whole point of all this is to not let it metastasize.
And as long as we protect some people and allow other people to be attacked for their same belief systems, then we're hypocrites. People will see that hypocrisy, and that hypocrisy is actually what festers from within, and that becomes the conspiracy, or that they are a special group, is because they actually have been singled out and treated special. I mean, the Christians have been pretty much singled out on the opposing side to be the one religion that everybody should attack the most. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Thanks to my subscribers. Thanks to my new subscribers. Thanks for watching. Later.